Hello my dear student. Today I will discuss unit 1 of lecture 4, and in this unit, in this lecture I will discuss about the machine learning approaches. In the previous video machine learning approaches has already discussed, but some of them are left. So, in this video I will discuss it, the lefted part. So, the machine learning, what you have imagined till now, what the machine learning exactly is? Machine learning is the sub part of the artificial intelligence obviously. So, machine learning, you have to make the machine intelligent by several approaches you have dealt with till now. So, some of approaches were artificial neural network, decision tree algorithms, and like naive Bayes algorithm and KNN algorithm were discussed. So, in this lecture I will also discuss about the approaches. Some approaches were the support vector machine, one of the approach is also support vector machine, genetic algorithm, that two approaches were left. So, and next topic that I will cover today is issues in machine learning, and the last is the data science versus machine learning. That is all about your unit 1. So, after that your unit 1 has been covered. So, what the machine learning exactly is? Machine learning lies the sub part of the artificial intelligence, and in machine learning approaches what you have seen? You have seen artificial neural network, clustering, reinforcement learning, decision tree learning, and Bayesian networks. So, machine learning is basically categorized into 3 parts: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So, under supervised learning, which approach will come? Supervised learning means some labeled data should be there, some trained data should be there, and under supervision it will be perform all that, it will be act in that. So, unsupervised means there is no supervision, like I have given the example in clustering, that was the unsupervised learning type of approach. So, here I will discuss about the support vector machine. So, support vector machine basically comes in the supervised machine learning part, and supervised learning basically categorized into 2 parts. So, first is classification, and the second one is the regression. So, classification and regression. So, support vector machine will what do? Support vector machine will do it will create the decision boundary between two images, when you will confuse that which model, which boundary you will take in. So, support vector machine will give you the support for taking the decision, so that you can easily identify whether the given image is this or that. Okay. So, one of the most popular supervised learning algorithm that is used for the classification purpose as well as regression purpose is your support vector machine, and the goal of the support vector machine algorithm is what? Is to create the decision boundary. How you will create the decision boundary? Let us understand with this example. Suppose you have several images here, right, and you have to create one line so that your circle and your quadrilateral will be differentiate, so that if you will give some training data, if you will give some new data, so your model can easily be identified whether the given input lies inside this or lies this side, okay, whether the given input is circle or whether the given input is quadrilateral. Okay. So, the support vector what will do? Support vector will create a decision boundary. In previous slide you have seen what the goal of the support vector machine is. The goal of the support vector machine is to create the decision boundary. So, how you will create the decision boundary? Just for bifurcate these two images, these two classes, so that your image will be bifurcate. And if the if you just introduce one of any of the images, so what happened? This image will lie this side or that side. So, support vector machine basically this is the decision boundary, and support vector machine, the image that differentiated lies this side or that side. So, the point that is very much closer to the decision boundary or the point that very much closer to the decision boundary in both the cases, if you will draw the parallel line with this decision boundary, these two parallel line is said to be the support vector that will support these two images, so that you can easily classify whether the class of whether the given class you have just feeded that will be comes under this category or that category. So, the line that we will bifurcate is said to be the hyper, it is said to be the hyper plane. Okay. This is said to be the hyperplane, but the distance between this hyperplane to the particular class and the distance between this hyperplane to this particular class is the whole distance is said to be the margin. The whole distance is said to be the margin. So, you have to create the decision boundary so that you will easily be able to predict the information that whether the given input data set is lie under which category, isn't it. So, if you will create the model, right, if you will create the model, then your model will predict, here, and if you will provide any new set, any new data set, so after prediction it will say this particular set lies under which category. If the data set is already trained, if you have created a well propered model, then this model after testing it will predict that this model is, this given data model is under which category. These circle category or quadrilateral category, these two classes is given. Suppose you can give any other classes or like triangle, whatever it is. So, the support vector what will do? It will help you to identify the image that you will provide, it lies under which class, isn't it. You can understand this support vector machine with the help of this diagram also. If you have trained your model, this is trained. So, if the given set is, suppose two images are there, cat and dog. So, model traits you just input, you just feed several massive images of cats, several massive images of dog, so that your model will easily identify that whether the given image is cat or dog, because cat have also some feature of dog. So, for bifurcating, system will decide that whether the image is cat or dog. So, how system will decide? System will decide whether the image is cat or dog with the feeded input. So, you have to feed several images of cat and several images of dog also, so that it can easily be bifurcated, so that it easily be identified that support vector will create the decision boundary. So, keep that whether the image is cat or whether the image is dog. So, after prediction the output will be the image exactly. So, if your model is trained appropriately. Support vector machine is what basically? This is just a supervised learning, supervised under supervision training data sets, labeled data set is given. Labeled means something already pointed, something already mentioned that what exactly it is. So, that is why this comes under this category supervised learning, and this is also used for the classification. These boundary will decide, these boundary will classify that whether the given image is what in which category this image is lies. Okay. So, SVM algorithm basically used for the face detection, used for the image classification and used for the text categorization, like this is just a this algorithm will help for this kind of detection. Okay. So, this image will helpful to understand that what support vector machine is. Support vector machine means it will support the machine, it will create the decision boundary, so that it is very easy. If you will build up the model, the model is, if you have built a proper model, then what happened? Your model will decide that whether the given input is what. Okay. So, model, how the model exactly will create it? Model will be created with the help of given images, with the help of given input, text, whatever, right. So, what the exactly thing is, support vector after prediction, it will decide that what exactly images. Next topic, next machine learning approach, one of the best approach is also genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm basically solves the complex type of problem. Complex type of problem, like you have learned the traveling salesman problem, you have learned 0-1 knapsack problem, right. So, traveling salesman problem, what was that? There were several solutions. You have to find out best one, you have to find out the optimal one. Optimal means what would be best, what would be in terms of time complexity, in terms of cost complexity, what would be the best for you. Okay. So, genetic algorithm basically adopted heuristic search algorithm. Search space is already there. Search space means several solutions, several possibilities are all there, and you have to find out the best one. So, you have seen in that the Darwin theory of evaluation in nature. So, with the help of genetic algorithm, you will create something new. You will create something new. The best two person will meet up and they will create the new best optimal output. So, and the next taken output will again meet and just create some new again best output. So, it is basically used to solve the optimization problem in machine learning, and one of the important algorithm basically used for the complex type of problem, that is having the time complexity, space complexity and cost complexity, several cost and terms, if that will be very difficult to find out, then their genetic algorithm will be helpful. Genetic algorithm basically on the basis of chromosome, on the basis of genes, you will seen that this is what the step will be, what the step exactly will be for finding the best outcome. So, this algorithm is helpful. So, basically in this use in this type of algorithm, what you will use, you will see, you can see the real world application like designing electronic circuit, designing code breaker, images processing and artificial creativity also. So, the basically you just have to create the best thing, right. You just create the best initial random given the problem space for to the, you have to reach to on the best possible outcomes. So, genetic algorithm means you have to meet two genes into one point, and this will after evaluation, this is basically work on evolution theory also. So, after evaluation it will create the best among best solution also. So, these are the basic algorithm that were discussed in the machine learning part. And what are the issues in machine learning? Although you have developed such a very vast, such a very vital, such a very fluent machine, so that machine is very much easy to find out the best one, but there are some issues also arises: inadequate training data set, poor quality of data sets, non-representative training data sets. So many issues are there in machine learning, because if you will take the poor quality of data, obviously if you will train your model with the with several lots of kind of things. So, what happened, several a massive amount of data will created, will capture so many noise, so many unwanted things. So, that's after that it will not create, it will not produces the perfect output. So, poor quality of data should not be there. You should be take care of that the relevant information should be trained, the relevant information should be feeded in your machine learning part. So, being a management student, you should also take care of that. Several raw data are scattered everywhere. So, you should take the relevant one. Not very much massive data, not very much fewer data should be feeded. As you have seen in the one of the issue is also overfitting and underfitting. Overfitting means the massive amount of data. What the exact requirement of that, what the exact requirement, you just feeded so many several same type of data is in your input box. So, overfitting means massive amount of data should not be there, underfitting means fewer amount of data should also not be there, means some basically several images, several features that reflected the behavior, it should be also feed, it should be also there in the training data set. Monitoring and maintenance, continuously monitoring and maintenance is also important because of the some surroundings, because of the some instant circumstances, instant surroundings, continuously monitoring and maintenance is also very important. Getting bad recommendation, lack of skilled resources, obviously what you want, what the images exactly it should be, there is not proper skilled resources. The person what he wants to show that there is lack of the resources, just because of that it is not, he or she not be able to show the perfect one. So, data biasing should also not be there. So, several machine learning issues are there. If you have feeded, if you have trained the model, so these issues occurs every time. So, you have to be basically take care of all that. So, these kind of issues will not occur while designing the machine learning. Data science versus machine learning. Data science and machine learning is what basically. So, if I am saying, if I will represent this, this is just the part and this one is okay. So, this is all about the artificial intelligence, and where machine learning lies, here machine learning lies and where deep learning lies. So, deep learning, data science is all of the deep learning, artificial intelligence, machine learning and this whole. Data science, being an data science, this is a deep study. Deep study means deep learning. This is data science is all about the deep learning that include extracting useful insight from the data and processing the informations and different tools, statistical model, machine learning, algorithm. So, this is all about data science, means it includes all your hierarchy, artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning part. So, you can see the example of data science is also, you can it's nowadays it is very popular that Google, Amazon, Netflix are the application that data science data science we are using. Data science, Google, Amazon, Netflix, and why these are doing the work on the data science, because they are handling massive amount of data daily. Every day Google created their several new user, Google dropped some user, Amazon created some new user every day. So, they are handling massive amount of data and their requirement are changes daily. So, the data science part will applicable there. And what machine learning exactly? Machine learning basically a technique used by the group of data scientists, that enables the machine to learn automatically. From where? From the past data. Obviously, what happened in the previously, that will be according to the impact of that previous data, you will create the new one, you will train your machine with the new ideas. So, that machine will able to perform better, machine will perform better. So, the machine learning part, you can see the example of email spam, product recommendation, online fraud detection, these are the machine learning application nowadays that is very popular. Okay. So, data science and machine learning more or less very close. Machine learning, data science include all the part of artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning, but machine learning includes the machine learning is basically just a sub part of the artificial intelligence only. It enables the machine to learn, it enables the machine to create the best possible outcome, but how? With the help of supervised, with the help of unsupervised and with the help of reinforcement learning. So, data science and machine learning is all about these skills. What are the skill required to become the data scientist? What are the skill required for becoming a machine learning? So, say being an computer science, being a management student, you should learn about some computer terminology like Python, R, SAS, Scala. These are the language that you have to be excellent command, that you have on the excellent command of the programming language, so that you are easy to understand the thing, so that you will easily to reflect the thing what they wanted, how you will predict the model, how you will create the model. Then with this language you can easily implement the outcomes. Okay. So, I have in my previous video you have seen the TensorFlow example and PyTorch. These were the framework that machine learning basically wants. These framework are very helpful to design the machine learning part, and how it is, one or two example were there in the PyTorch, in the TensorFlow I have shown you. So, here you have to learn in detail Python, R, SAS, Scala for becoming a data scientist, and for becoming in machine learning you have to be learn a good programming knowledge, you have to be having some Python or R knowledge. So, it will be sufficient for becoming a machine learning engineer, but Scala, SAS will helpful to required for becoming a data scientist also. Data scientist, you can see the image, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, the whole portion is comes under the data scientist part. Data science, deep learning, and you have to be learn in the depth of the particular thing. As you have seen in the previous video, just support vector machine, images were there, and there are very much confusion between all the images that where which kind of image will comes under this. Support vector machine will decide which boundary is created here, right, which kind of boundary you will create for bifurcating the things, so that it will be easy to understand after building the model. Okay. So, how these are there, but where it is stored. So, you have to be learn in the SQL, you have to be learn in the database portion also. So, database will helpful to store the thing. So, SQL and Oracle, MySQL, these are the example for database coding. It will, you have to be more efficient in that also in coding section. And machine learning, natural language processing, like some that will be easy to maintain the boundary for from source, from client to other client, source to source. So, natural processing language is helpful for building of the model between the client and other client, between two clients. Knowledge of machine learning algorithm and machine learning algorithm understanding implementation is the required skill part of the machine learner, and the basically the algorithm what exactly is, and the depth for becoming a skilled data scientist. So, skills to use big data tools, you have learned big data tools like Hadoop. Hadoop is also very important for becoming a data scientist, and the knowledge about the data modeling, evaluation and data evaluation is also for becoming a machine learning engineer. So, machine learning, artificial intelligence and deep learning all together, all are basically related with each other. So, artificial intelligence, there where the massive part, there where the it enables the machine to learn, but machine learning will learn how it is from the previous data set, from the given training models. So, machine learning will learn, but who will provide the platform? Artificial intelligence will provide the platform, and machine learning with the help of supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement, it is able to do all that. So, what machine learning framework was? Machine learning framework was several, how you will build up the model set, how you will build up the level, how you will build up the program. So, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Scitech, several framework were available for creating the machine learning program, and what are the skills required, it is discussed here. So, after that you are able to know about what artificial intelligence, what data scientist and what machine learning is, and what are the differences between all that, and how the approaches will affect your programming, how the approaches are important for the programming, it is discussed here. So, I hope this video will be helpful for understanding. So, thank you so much.